It's the middle of January, and golf courses are closed right now in the state of Iowa. Mount Mercy interim golf coach Chris Shank still finds time to bring out the clubs using the simulator at Ringer Golf in Cedar Rapids. But this isn't something Shank is just doing for fun. He's actually competing in a professional world tour. It's called the Next Golf Tour, which is put on by TrackMan.
You know, it's really hard to find tournaments out here without having to travel. In the winter, I would have to go down to Florida or Texas or something like that. And this was popping up on social media one night. Got into the field, we just registered for it, and that's when I really started to look into the rules. Like, okay, what did I get myself into? TrackMan is the #1 launch monitor in the world. They're from Amsterdam, so it's very popular in Europe. There's a bunch of different ones that you can play on, but it's by far the most accurate. You'll see it if you're watching golf on TV on the weekend. You'll see the orange square behind the players. If you're seeing a ball flight in the air and like a tracer.
The tournament is the first of its kind. The tour has 5 rounds and then the finale. Shank competes against professional golfers from around the world, including Denmark, Canada, Germany, and Great Britain. As far as he knows, he's the only golfer from the state of Iowa competing on the tour. Now here's how it works. The rounds have to be played on a TrackMan simulator, which can include those in golf clubs and homes. Contestants have a 2-week window to complete their tournament round. It can be at the very beginning or at the very end in that window. All rounds have to be video recorded. Now, putting is counted automatically. If a golfer is less than 10 feet from the pin, it's a 1-putt. 10 to 60 feet is a 2-putt, and anything more than 60 feet is a 3-putt.
It's really different from outdoor golf. It's warm right now. It's cold in Iowa, and you don't have to walk. You don't have to, go to your ball, have someone carry your clubs, all that stuff. You can just do it all right here. I think my 2 rounds that I've played, my 1 tournament round and my 1 practice round, have been somewhere around 40 to 42 minutes. So I can get a whole round of golf done in that amount of time. I've really shifted my my golf career from playing in tournaments to my collegiate coaching now. So not really a lot of time to get out and go to events or travel for a couple weeks and play in those events. So I can do all of that right here. If I wanted to play at 9 o'clock at night after practice or after a match or tournament or something that the team has, I'm able to do that.
While Shank is competing on a virtual screen, the golfers still have to face some obstacles and settings for each round. That can include wind speed or being in the rough.
If I hit it into the rough, it will tell me the percentage that my shot is going to be hit. So if I have a club that goes 150 yards and I am 150 yards away, but I'm in the rough, it might tell me that I'm only going to get 85% of that club. So then I need to adjust that way. That's a really big part of it. And then, obviously we're hitting on a flat piece of ground here, but the slope, if I hit the grid mark, it'll tell me if I'm on a down slope, an up slope, below my feet, above my feet. And then I have to adjust my shot and aim accordingly to that.
Yeah, so when you chip and you're closer to the green, pull up the grid and it'll actually show you the slopes of the green here. So I know that this breaks right a little bit and then it's gonna go a little bit downhill, so I need to be pretty gentle with it.
Each week is a different course. The first round was played at the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course at PGA West, which is in California. The next 4 will be played at Ryder Cup courses, including Italy, Illinois, Florida, and Ireland. It may be a simulation, but Shank still feels the competitive juices when he's playing on this tour.
Still nervous, still hands shaking, still crucial shots, like having to think everything through and take all of the variables into account. I think the tournament setting, other than there not being actual people watching, is still very similar. I still felt the same nerves on the first tee. I remember looking down at my hand afterwards and it was shaking a ton, and I was like, okay, we need to cool it down a little bit and relax, and that's the same stuff that'll happen in an actual tournament. It kind of, rebuilds and reamps my golf career into something very simple where I can still be competitive, I can still compete in tournaments and have that drive while I'm still coaching the team.
It's a round of golf.